my dear colleagues from my college, IQAC coordinator Dr. Sanjay Kale sir, Dr. Anita Dhole madam, and all others. And lastly, but sweetly and nicely welcome to all my dear participants. For today's session, the topic is the power of emotional intelligence in life. Now, this topic is going to present Honorable Shikha Yadav madam. She is an assistant professor from the NorthCap University, Gurugram. Now, with this brief introduction, now I request and welcome to you, madam. Please start your presentation on the topic, the power of emotional intelligence in life. Welcome, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. A very good evening to all of you. I hope you are able to see me.
Yes, you are not seeing.
Okay, just a minute, sir. Just a minute. Sir, just give me a moment. There is some problem in my camera. Just give me.
Yes, madam. No problem. Take your time, please.
Thank you, sir.
Discussing about the word emotions because it plays a very important role in our day-to-day life.
So you can see some of the basic emotions that actually take place in humans. So the first one is happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, and surprise. So these are certain emotions, and I'm quite sure that most of you have been going through these of all of these emotions, either some of them or all of them. I'm not saying simultaneously, but yes, of course, we all are happy sometimes, we all are sad sometimes, we might get feared due to something, and similarly, other emotions. So these has been described as the basic emotions because a person can be happy whenever he or she is having a joyful moment. A person can be sad by seeing a sad moment, or just because by seeing certain, you can say, pictures which are showing sad emotions, like that fear, disgust, anger, and surprise. Now, happiness is considered as a pleasant emotion. When we are talking about pleasant emotion, it means we are having a sense of well being and satisfaction. And when we are happy, how we express it? We express it by smiling, by speaking in a very good tone, and it generally creates a pleasant environment. When we are talking about sadness, it is that emotion which is actually depicting in the form of crying, being quiet for some time or for a while, or withdrawing from others and being in isolation. When we are talking about sad, it can be expressed in the form of grief, hopelessness, and disappointment. When we are talking about fear as an emotion, it is that component which actually have an impact on our heart. And you can imagine that a emotion which is impacting our heart, how disaster impact it can create. It can increase heart rate, and if the heart rate is being increased, you know, there are two terms which are being used very often. These are emotions and feelings. Now, are these same? No. Emotions and feelings are different concepts, but emotional intelligence. We have already discussed what is actually hindering you, what is actually a sign of low emotional intelligence. So it's just the opposite of this. The first thing is you should listen carefully and acknowledge what others are speaking. You should look for ways to increase self motivation. You should prepare yourself to leave your comfort zone, take challenges, take innovative opportunities. Avoid being overly critical and instead give constructive feedback. Don't give feedback instantly. You should think all the circumstances, situations, and then you will be able to judge the whole thing and will be able to give the right feedback, which is very important. It can change the life of others. Improve your ability to show more empathy. It is very important that you should have empathy. Then you will be able to take your team forward. Learn to look at yourself more objectively. It is very important to understand yourself in a more objective way. Improve your social skills through conscious practice. Be more approachable to your team. See, all these things are not, these traits are not just by birth. All these traits can be gained slowly into your life by taking care of all these things. You can enhance your social skills. You can enhance your listening skills, and it takes time. Each and everything that whatever you are taking into your life takes time to develop, and once it has developed, you will see the good change in your life. So one more thing that I want to share with you, that how the successful the people, most of the people that we see in news or that are famous personality, how they have become successful. I just want to share an example with you. Just give me a moment. I'm just sharing my screen once again.
Hello,
Anji sir, yes.
madam. Participants will ask questions to you. Shall we take
Okay,
now?
yes, sure, sir. I just want to share my screen once again, but if it's time to take question answer round, then I'm ready for that. Sure.
So thank you for your wonderful presentation, madam.
Thank
Now
you,
I
sir.
request dear participants, please, if you have any query, please come ahead and ask to madam. Madam will answer it. Yes,
Good evening,
welcome, dear
Shikha, madam.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
This is Badiuddin Ahmed from Hyderabad.
Yes, sir.
It was a topic of very relevance, actually. Emotional intelligence, as rightly mentioned, that nobody gives importance to this part of the intelligence. Only people think of always IQ, how IQ of the student, how they are, and how this really important part, because you rightly mentioned that there are various parameters comes under the emotional intelligence. So in this context, how we can really measure the emotional intelligence among the students, because that is very much needed. Where teachers lacking that ability to measure the emotional intelligence, because having seen this, we can deliver things that can be easily grasped by the students, which is very much lacking in the nowadays. The teachers are not able to do this exercise. Could you
Right.
highlight?
You are very much true in this regard, sir. This is very important, sir. Like IQ, we have seen that there are certain measures. This we can say there are certain scales to measure IQ. Similarly, with EQ also we are having certain scales available. But I will not say that for students we will be taking those scales or those measures into consideration. But what we can do, we can actually see the changes in our student. For example, one student is, if you are quite interacting with the students and you know your students very well, then you will be able to judge the changes in them. You have to tell them importance of emotional intelligence, what impact it is actually having in their student life, and not only student life but later on in their career stage as well. So if they are able to understand those things, then definitely you have to motivate them to incorporate those things in their life. And if they're incorporating, then definitely you will be able to see the changes that they are having. And as a teacher, I think you will be able to judge those students. If they are definitely incorporating those things, then that student will be able to have these factors in their life. And I think this is the only thing that we can have for students. We should not go for those measures that we are having in on the professional aspect.
As far as workplace is concerned, I think same sort of exercise will work out, madam. The workplace where a manager, where a principal, where a director can, working with their subordinates, with their colleagues.
Exactly, sir. We can have a kind of session. We can introduce role playing through which students will be expressing to each other what they are feeling. In that way, they will be able to judge exactly.
Similar kind of exercise will definitely give the results.
Exactly, we can
Because
have the same thing.
you don't find any similarity among the people, so to make them one and make them one and then get the work from them. So emotional intelligence will be the most important technique to get the work smoothly from them. What I presume, is it true?
Exactly. Most of the problems will be handled through this main component only, sir.
Thank you so much, madam, for your wonderful session.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Dr. Bedkar, sir, principal, sir. Good evening, Prashant, sir. Ma'am, a wonderful presentation what you have made, and it is very much required nowadays.
Thank you, sir.
So, if suppose we want to build emotional balance and emotional strength, so what kind of efforts, or what kind of, especially in the inputs we have to build? Because nowadays, sometimes emotional intelligence, when we are talking about it, may be a what we can say means it is inborn, or it may it can be developed also. So if we can develop it, so what kind of efforts we can take?
Sir, the efforts can come from only inside. That is totally intrinsic. If the person is is short tempered, for example, so that person has to work internally. No, I have to control this emotion. I have to control my anger. If the person is not internally motivated, then this having a session or having discussion with others that emotional intelligence is important, and it will not work out. It comes internally. If you are yoga will help, meditation will help, and taking care of all the components that I have discussed, creating awareness about oneself, that is most important. If you know your strength, if you know your weakness, what actually triggered you, koi aapko dara dega and you will start panicking. Someone is creating is actually dominating you through certain things, or you are just being controlled by other people because they know their strength and weakness. So that what important thing is that you should know rather than others are knowing you. That is most important, and then controlling those things, and that comes from internal side only.
General tendency is that, madam, people always think that why should I know? Let them know that I am boss. They should regard me. They should give me respect. That is
the reason people are feeling.
Yeah, no. That is the problem of the human being of this day.
Yes, sir. Exactly. This is what happening. But we should know ourselves better than others are perceiving. It should not be. The thing is, we should not be controlled by others. Similarly, with the emotions as well. What I have told in the my PPTs.
Ma'am, this emotional intelligence, when we are talking about, it may be differ from each means in every profession it must be differing. If suppose I'm a soldier, if I'm a doctor, if I'm an engineer, my intelligence has to be a different dimension. It should have different dimensions also, because everyone will have same emotional. This balance or strength is not so. So, what do you say about this,
sir? Emotions are generally common to human beings. What I have discussed, there are 6 basic emotions that all the human beings encounter. Perceiving these things. So feelings might be different, which is based on the circumstances or a perception. But emotions are quite somehow same. 6 basic emotions are there. But as I have discussed the example that how 2 people are there, and if they are under different situations, or we can say different professions, so it depends how they are perceiving those emotions. That is the thing.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The sense that somebody koi pass ho gaya hai, so he will be very excited. other person who could not get through, he will be definitely his emotions.
Exactly. If the person, if the student has scored 90%, he might be very happy. But
Yes, yes.
the other person, he might not be happy. But if the other student who just scored 60, he might be very happy because 60 marks is very. He have never expected
His
that.
thought process is different. He's thought in
Exactly.
different manner. He
True,
has
sir.
copied something like somebody was helping him. Something he has developed. And there is a big problem with human tendency, human being.
Right, sir. Right.
Topic you are taking is a very interesting topic for all people, like, irrespective of the discipline what we belong to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, anybody is there would like to ask, or we move further? Dear participants. So thank you, Dr. Swanand Shukla. Sir, please.
हमारी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. पहले तो शिखा दीदी बहुत बहुत आपको धन्यवाद है।
Thank you, sir.
और
Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद मैं इसलिए दूंगा क्योंकि आपका जो विषय था, मैं तो बेतकर सर को भी धन्यवाद दूंगा, प्रशांत सर को भी, ये लगातार कार्यक्रम को करवा रहे हैं और ये लगातार यज्ञ में हमें शामिल होने का भी मौका मिल जाता है। सौभाग्य है हमारा, क्योंकि आभासी माध्यम जहाँ कोरोना काल से हम लोग निकल कर सब लोग ऑफलाइन की दुनिया में आए हैं, उसके बाद लगातार कोरोना काल में ऑनलाइन कार्यक्रम चल रहे हैं। सबसे बड़ी बात है शिखा दीदी, आपका जो विषय था इतना, मतलब मैं एक नया विषय जब इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे प्रत्येक दिन जुड़ता हूँ तो बेतकर सर के माध्यम एक नया विषय लेकर सामने आते हैं जो कि हमारे दिमाग में नहीं होता है। आपने आज उन बातों को बताया जो सच में एक मेरे लिए सवाल हुआ करता था मेरे मन का, वो तमाम सवालों का हमें एक जवाब मिल पाया। इसीलिए शिखा दीदी आपका पीपीटी काफी इम्पोर्टेंट था और हो सकेगा तो बेतकर सर के पास वो पीपीटी आप भेज दीजिएगा ताकि मैं उसे और भी लोगों को जरूर शेयर करूंगा। और मैं पटना बिहार से जुड़ा था दीदी, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Badiuddin sir, Dr. Swanand Shukla sir. And now who talked, Dr. Sonu Kumar sir. You appreciated a lot about the series. So thanks to you, you are daily visual of the series. Really, you every day joins on time and gets the knowledge of the series. So thanks to you a lot. Now I request Honorable Chief Organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M.M. Betkar sir. Sir, please welcome and have some words for us. Please, sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Prashant, sir.
Just wait for formal thanks, madam. Please wait. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right.
Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa organized World Record Series 2. Today's topic for the presentation was a very important one because most of the lectures have gone upon the topics everyone have expressed their views about this topic, the power of emotional intelligence. But Dr. Shikha Yadav, madam, who presented for today's sessions, and she nicely present all those things. Really, these are very important one in our everybody's life, because the presentation was to the point to point explanations. Then the presentation, the ppts, all was running in a very excellent manner. And ma'am have explained at the very first regarding the topic, how does emotional intelligence help in daily life, then different types of basic emotions versus feelings, impact of emotions on the health, as well as self management. Then two terms have expressed sympathy and empathy. I also explain sign of low emotional intelligence and how to develop emotional intelligence. Now these are the very sincere points in everybody's life. They have to follow in her life. Then definitely he will be success. So you have presented very nice, madam. So I am very thankful to you. I express sincere gratitude towards you. Thanks a lot for paying your valuable time. Thank you very much. Then I thanks to the chief organizer of the World Record Series 2, Honorable Principal M. Betkar sir. I thanks all my colleagues from the college, Dr. Sanjay Kale sir, Dr. K.N. Kadam sir, Dr. Sudhir Garad sir, Dr. Karar sir, Dr. Anita Dhole madam, Occasional Supervisor Praveen Utge sir, and all others. Lastly, but not least, all dear participants. Among the participants, this special participant, Dr. Badiuddin sir, Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, Sonu Kumar sir, who joined the series and always share some views, ask some queries to the resource person daily, and they discuss very nicely. So special thanks to you, Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, Badiuddin sir, and Sonu Kumar sir. So thanks a lot. And lastly, I thanks all dear participants. So with this, now I request to you that please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. With the kind permission of the chief organizer of the series, I declare that the session is over here. Please. Thank you very much, madam. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
सर कुठं पुण्याला आहेत काय छोटू बघायला आहे